Hello everyone. You probably have seen the movie series The Matrix, or at least heard from other people or from the social media that we may be living in a matrix. So, what is it, and is it real? Since the movie's release in theaters a few decades ago, physicists have been engaged in numerous debates about whether we actually live in a simulation or a similar framework. But the matrix that I am referring to in this episode is the real self-made matrix or framework that we create to adapt to the lifestyle that societies dictate to us. Let me explain more so that you can fully understand this matrix, and later understand the solution that I am going to provide you to break out of it. The matrix framework is a structure designed or defined to contain every person's activity and interaction. This structure allows us to operate in preset mode, similar to autonomous driving in cars or automatic mode in machinery and equipment. However, adhering to such a lifestyle can lead to a multitude of issues, including mental and emotional challenges, a lack of self-assurance, persistent concerns about the present and the future, a tendency towards workaholism, a failure to live in the moment and appreciate leisure time, episodes of depression and anxiety, and a host of other issues. The result is a desperate society looking for a moment of comfort and happiness in other harmful things like alcohol, drugs, unhealthy relationships or activities, etc., rather than from within your own mind. So, what is the solution? The answer is that you can easily reprogram and rewire your subconscious mind for success, wealth, joy, and prosperity, enabling you to break free from this vicious cycle or framework, also known as the self-made matrix, without disrupting your daily activities. In fact, not only can you do that, but you can also become increasingly successful, joyful, and healthy both mentally and physically. And the good news is that you don't need to allocate much time to do that. This is possible using a feature of our brain called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the way that the brain repairs itself after trauma and responds to new experiences and learning. It's like a rewiring capability built into our brains to ensure our species' survival. When we begin a new skill for the first time, such as solving a crossword puzzle or a math problem, experience a brain injury, or encounter anything new, whether it's a new feeling or a new act, our brain begins to form new connections between neurons, expanding its capacity to adapt to the new situation and find solutions. We can use this brain's capability to create our own scenarios through simple yet effective mindfulness practices, positive affirmations, and simple meditation techniques to achieve our goals and dreams. But, before I give you the secret sauce or recipe to open the doors to unlimited abundance and possibilities, you need to know some facts about the subconscious mind. Unlike our conscious mind, which deals with our senses, reasoning, actions, reactions, judgments, calculations, comparisons, and in general, our daily experiences, the subconscious mind works based on belief and the image of things, concepts, and ideas only. The subconscious mind controls our body when we are at rest or unconscious. It is important to know that our subconscious mind doesn't care about good or bad, right or wrong, or any kind of judgment or reasoning and how you see the world. Our subconscious mind works based on mental images, your beliefs, past behaviors, and patterns. The subconscious mind functions as a recording device, storing and reflecting your thoughts and beliefs. That's why you need to be careful about what you believe in. Fears, superstitions, baseless ideas or ideologies, wrong assumptions, etc., are all poison for our subconscious mind. Now you may ask why. The answer is, as I previously mentioned, the subconscious mind does not engage in reasoning or making judgments. The subconscious mind simply accepts your beliefs, and this is where the true danger lies. When you believe in all the wrong things that I mentioned, your subconscious mind simply records your beliefs and ensures that everything you encounter is the same as your beliefs. But how? The answer is that fear creates resistance in the mind, preventing any changes in your actions. So, basically, you try to do the same wrong things over and over because you can't or don't know how to break out of this framework or matrix. Basically, the same thoughts create the same results. As Einstein said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Let's take an example where a patient with cancer tells the doctor, "I am strong, and I want to fight this cancer." That's where exactly the problem arises. If you believe that cancer poses a real threat to your life and you want to defeat it, you are actually doing the opposite. You are creating a definitive image of the cancer in your mind, acknowledging it as a real enemy and a significant threat to your life. So, if you are creating a mental matrix or a self-made image of a prison that holds you, then how do you want to break out of it? Now you understand my point. We are continuously constructing these self-made prisons in our minds every day. We establish a framework, like in the film The Matrix, to enable us to function on autopilot without considering the consequences of our actions. That's where all our problems come from. What would happen if you were to take the opposite approach? A real-life example is the life of the late Professor Stephen Hawking. As you know, he received a diagnosis of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, at a very young age, a condition characterized by the degeneration of motor neurons in the brain that disrupt messages to the body's muscles. Muscles eventually atrophy and lose their voluntary control. Doctors had told him that he would only live for 14 months. He simply refused to accept that his life would end in 14 months. Instead, he returned to his office, continued his plans, and lived for 40 years after that, earning numerous significant achievements in the fields of physics and cosmology. It's not that he didn't believe in the existence of the disease, rather, he held a strong belief that he needed to live in order to unravel some of the mysteries of the universe. Despite the progressive nature of the disease, he simply observed it without giving the ALS disease any credit, power, or control over his mind. The conclusion is that everything revolves around the mental images that we construct in our minds and the beliefs we hold. By altering our thoughts and mental images, we can create our own scenarios, which we then project as our desired or preferred outside world reality to experience. What does it mean? It means that through positive affirmations and mindful practices, we can create desired scenarios, like a movie director. Then, we immerse ourselves in our own movie, bringing to life the desired images and story we have crafted, such as the image of winning a competition, a desired wish, or anything else you desire. If we read the life stories of the most famous and successful people throughout history, we notice that they all had one thing in common. They all created the image of their dream in their minds and believed it. They never gave up on their dream, and their subconscious mind guided them on the path to achieving it. The second part of this episode unveils the secret recipe and demonstrates how you can customize simple affirmations to rewire your subconscious mind. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check part 2 and share this experience with your family and friends and anyone who wants to be guided to a better situation in life. Also share your thoughts below and ask questions and I will answer. Thanks for your support.